All right, what's up with real estate life? Like you're a real estate agent, it looks like, right?
Yes.
All right, so how does that tie into who Madonna Moore is? What attracted you to real estate?
Right after college, I came to Fayetteville and I got my first job as a receptionist at a small firm called All American Homes Real Estate. And they gave me my first job out of college, and sitting at the reception desk, I didn't intend, and when I got the job, I always liked houses, but I wasn't looking at real estate as my career path. I went to school for business marketing and management, graphics communications. I wanted to be like this big exec, with marketing, portfolios and things like that with Kraft or Kimberly Clark or some company like that. Sitting at the front desk there, people would come in and ask for their agent. I would see the interaction with the agent and the client. I would hear the client say what they needed, and I would see the agent meet the need. And I was looking at it like, you do this, and then in about 30 days, you get a check for it. And
Yeah, the Oprah Winfrey aha moment.
yeah. And I would see the checks come in, and at the time, that was 2003. That's when real estate was like bam, 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 before the bubble and everything. But I was interested, and the gentleman, Jay Dowdy, who owned the firm, and he still owns it, he saw my interest, and he said, let's send you to school. So he sent me to real estate school, and here I am.
Out of his pocket, he sent you to school?
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. Every time I see Jay Dowdy, I get me a big hug, and he says, I love you, and he calls me a sister. He's an amazing.
I mean, but now this is a way of living for you, right?
Yeah, it is.
So like that's hard to do in itself. Like what happened in between there? Because starting a business these days is really easy.
Yeah.
Right? But actually having a business for as long as you have and been connected with people as long as you have, that says something.
Right.
Right? So like what was it like what's some other things that happened in between that time period?
In between that time period, I started working for another gentleman. He's a top producer in town, Johnny Martinez. I started working for him as his licensed assistant. He is a go-getter, like kill it in sales. So for 8 to 9 years, I worked under him as his right hand, to the point that he was able to just walk away sometimes and actually take a vacation because he knew Madonna had it. And that's where I got a lot of my hands-on education, and just watching him and taking the reins whenever he was too busy to do it, or whatever leads he would shoot my way. And you learn a lot hands-on. So that's where I was able to get most of my real estate experiences working with him.
Yeah, and shout out to all of our interns. And you also just touched on that. I would love to see how you feel about it. Like you said just you want to be there, right? You want to get an opportunity to be around the right people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and how powerful that is. But to what extent do you believe that's powerful? Like, can you just literally learn from just follow somebody around for like 6 months or a year? Like, tell us a little bit about that, because I think that's where our younger generation really would like to hear, because that's important to me.
You sure can. And to this day, until the day I perish, I will always have a mentor. You can't do it alone. And some people will, say that they can, post that they can. I don't need nobody, they'll rap about it, sing about it, but you do. Like, I'm nothing without my village, And so I have Stephen David Elliott. He's one of my mentors. I have another gentleman from another firm, Charles Fennell. He's one of my mentors. Grace Barnes. These are all real estate agents from different firms, but I tap into different things about their personalities and their business styles, and I grab on. I don't let go. I let them know up front, like, you're stuck with me for life, just so you know. And I recommend anybody who's getting into any field, like my intern Austin with the
Austin. Yep.
He actually reached out to Stephen David and said, "Hey man, I see what you're doing in Fayetteville. I want in." And he's a quiet young man, but he's really smart. And he saw enough about Rockstar to know I need to grab onto this and hold on. So he's become a mentee for Stephen David and I. But I recommend any young person to find somebody who's already doing what they're wanting to do and kind of learn as much as they can, hands-on.
Yeah, and that was actually really big to me. Like, even when I had, was in corporate America, I was like, I was always the guy that I just wanted to be at lunch. Like, I think there's a book about that, but I just wanted to be in the vicinity of the decision makers. And I wouldn't say anything, right?
Yeah.
They might not even know I was there, but I would just like to just, I was that person.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a beautiful gem. And I think we need to make that cool again, right? Where we want to be around these people, right? Like, oh, I want to be around Madonna. Madonna, can I just walk around with you for the day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And some people treat it as if it's a weakness or that it makes you look like you're not strong to find somebody and say, hey, look, I like you. Can we hang out? But I do it all the time. Like when I see somebody I really like, I say, can I get you coffee? Can we sit down and we talk about what it is that you do? Because it can only make us better.